Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Welcome back. We are starting with history today, and in history, the most difficult section, I'm starting from section 2. This section is very important for this year exam. So for the 2025 exam, May, June, this section 2 is very significant for the compulsory question. So you don't need to miss any lecture because we are starting from chapter 6, which is the beginning of section 2. So chapter 6 is starting with the first uh, event, that is the formation of Congress. So Pakistan movement is starting from formation of Congress. So that is the first main event. So we are moving with the first event, and that first event is formation of Congress. So first of all, you people must know that formation of Congress was done by the British, not by any Indian. Rather, it was an attempt by the British, which was formed in 1885. And the main thing is that it was formed by A.O. Hume. He was the founder of that party. Number three, what was the purpose? So British wanted to uh, prepare, yeah, to provide platform to Indians, to provide platform to Indians. That was political platform to Indians. That was the first main objective. And the next objective of this uh, formation of Congress was to give more participation to Indians in political apparatus, to give more participation to Indians in the under the British rule. And next one is to introduce democratic process in India, because that party system was present in England. So at that time there was democratic values in the country too. So they wanted to introduce such democratic values in India too. So these were the main reasons behind the formation of Congress. Whenever there are three reasons, so it means you must know that what type of question can be given. So the first question is, why was Congress formed in 1885? Why was Congress formed in 1885? So this is the first simple question. So, what are the reasons for the formation of Congress? So, when you will see that there are three reasons, so you will go towards these 3 points, and these 3 points will cover the answer related to the formation of Congress. When you will write the answer related to formation Congress, what was formation of Congress? So, you can write about these points along with these two facts. So this is all about formation of Congress. So you need to learn, you need to explain these points from the notes which I have published already. So that is all about the first event. Apart from that, we are moving towards second event. The second event of this formation of the Pakistan movement was reverse partition of Bengal. Partition of Bengal took place in the year 1905. Bengal was very, very important province. Now, let me just give you a brief background of Bengal. Bengal was the first area which was captured by the British. That was captured under Battle of Plassey. After that, in Battle of Buxar, they strengthened the control. So it means when British started their rule from Bengal, they introduced many educational reforms. They introduced many policies in that province. So that's why the people of Bengal were very educated. So till 19th, end of 19th century, the people of Bengal, they wanted liberation. They became very revolutionary. They came to know that British were looting them. So at that time, there was very much resistance in Bengal against the British rule. So that was the main reason, primary reason, that British divided Bengal. So now we have in the partition of Bengal. So let me just tell you what type of questions can be given. So before going into detail, you must know that it was done by Lord Curzon. Lord Curzon was the viceroy in India. He was from 1900 to 1905. So that was about Lord Curzon. So Lord Curzon did that partition after administrative survey in India. So he was very good administrator. So he conducted administrative survey. So that's why he decided to partition Bengal. In that partition, he divided Bengal into East Bengal, which was a Muslim-dominated area, East Bengal with the capital Dhaka, and it was Muslim-dominated area. So this is first East Bengal. Then he divided the next portion that was West Bengal, and West Bengal was very rich area, and the capital was Calcutta, and the Hindu-dominated area. So he divided Bengal into these regions, and that was the main about partition of Bengal. So now let me just tell you what type of questions can be given. So related to these four facts, 4 marks question can be given. So after that, we are moving towards few other questions. There is one important thing, that reasons of partition of Bengal. So, reasons of partition of Bengal, you need to understand about the reasons of partition of Bengal. So, but for that thing, you must go towards the map of Bengal. Bengal was that is all about Bengal's partition, which was done in 1905. That is the detail of Bengal. So, you can just check, you can just go through that detail from the map. So now let me just tell you what were the reasons behind partition of Bengal. There were many reasons. So let me just write those a few reasons of partition. Reasons of POB. POB stands for partition of Bengal. Number one, the size of province. Size of province. So Bengal was very large province. This was very big area. So it was difficult to administer. Whenever there is a large area, it was 10 times bigger than present day England. So it was very huge area. So British could not deliver their messages. British were not able to pass on their administration. It was very difficult to transport their administration. So many administrative problems were there. So the size of province was the first main issue. And apart from that, the size brought administrative problems. So apart from that, the communication in the administration became very weak. So that was another important point. So the second point was revolutionary activities in Bengal. So as the people of Bengal were educated, and they started revolutionary activities against the British. So that was the main reason that British partition Bengal, because they did not want any revolution, they did not want any other war of independence. So that's why they divided the Bengal into. The third point was, and they divided Bengal because historical conflicts were there. As you people know that Haji Shariatullah was from eastern Bengal, was the eastern side of Bengal, and there were issues between the Hindus, historical conflicts between the Hindus and the Muslims. That was the third main reason. You can explain that reason by giving example of Haji Shariatullah. So another important reason was to divide the Bengal was to make the new ports in Bengal, to make new ports in Bengal, as there was just one uh, ports in Bengal. So there were two main areas like Chittagong and Sylhet were the main areas where British wanted to make ports. So that was another important reason. Besides that, you must know another important point that Kolkata was a very overburdened port. So for the development of new ports in that area, in that particular portion, so British had to transfer their administration into that area. So when the administration would be close near to the areas of port construction, it would be very faster. So that's why British wanted to transfer power from Calcutta, which was the joint capital of East and West Bengal before the partition. So that's why they divided it. Apart from that, there is another reason, because British wanted to develop the East Bengal, because West Bengal was already developed East Bengal. So West Bengal, which is in the red color, so that was already a developed area. So British wanted to develop East Bengal, and it was a big source of the revenue for the British. So that's why they divided Bengal into pieces, so that they could make their administration better, but they could make their profits more in terms of economic wealth. They divided Bengal. So these are the important reasons. So whenever there are 5 to 6 reasons, it means a 14 marks question can be given. For example, in apart from all these reasons, one 14 marks question can be given. For example, let me just write the sample question. Sample question is associated with reasons of partition of Bengal, like was the administrative reason the most important? Was the administrative reason the most important cause of partition of Bengal? The most important cause of partition of Bengal? Explain your answer. So obviously that was not the only reason. There were other reasons as well. So in the 14 marks question, you have to give the explanation of first reason in detail. When you will write the first reason, so when you will write the first reason in detail, so it would be very important, and very beneficial for you, because you will be able to get half of the marks in the answer. So later on, you will explain the other reasons, like on the other side of the question, like the revolutionary activities, historical conflicts to make ports in Bengal. So these were the important reasons. So that's why British divided Bengal. So these are important reasons. So after the reasons of partition of Bengal, we are moving towards reaction over partition. Reaction over POB. POB stands for Partition of Bengal. The reaction has two sides. Number one, Muslim reaction, Muslim reaction, and that reaction was very good reaction, and they were satisfied. They wanted partition, so that's why it was a good thing for them. But the Hindu reaction was very, very strict, and Hindu reaction was very important to learn as well. So as the Hindu reaction became the cause of reversal of partition. So as far as Hindu reaction is concerned, number one, they started Swadeshi movement, in which they boycotted the British clothes, British products, and they promoted their own products. So Swadeshi movement was the first main thing. So Swadeshi movement can be given for 4 marks question separately as well. Bal Gandharv Tilak was the main head of that movement. It was under the support of Congress party as well. Swadeshi movement boycotted the British products. Bonfires were arranged. So there were so many activities against the British in that movement, and hence this movement became the cause of economic loss for the British. So British could not afford that loss, so that's why they reversed due to the pressure created by Swadeshi movement. So apart from that, you people must know that Hindu press became very revolutionary against the British. Hindu press, they published a lot of articles, lot of books, lot of newspapers were published against the British, but those newspapers spread a lot of anti-British feelings, so there were chances of another war of independence. So anti-British agenda was spread by these newspapers. So apart from that, there was another reaction by Hindu, and that reaction was from the side of Hindu businessmen and the Hindu lawyers. Obviously, Hindu businessmen, they had so much loss in their business, as the factories were in West Bengal, raw materials were coming from East Bengal. So that's why when they lost economic wealth, so they protested against, and Hindu lawyers also protested because they lost clients when new high court was formed at Dhaka, the eastern part of the Bengal. So when they lost clients, so that's why they became the part of protest, and their reaction was very harsh. Due to their reaction, British thought that the partition is not necessary, rather they reversed it. Another very, very significant step was to problems for British administration, like problem for British administration. Whenever Indians saw any British, they beat And after that, there were assassination attempts of many other leaders. Like the viceroy was not safe from the Hindu aggression. So problems for British administration was another reaction of Hindus. So they tried to kill the viceroy even. So that's why you can understand. Attempt of assassination attempt of Lord Minto, that can become the another important reason. So British thought attempt of Lord Minto. So that was the reason of reversal as well. So that was another reaction of Hindus. Another that British Congress and Hindus boycotted the Congress and Hindus boycotted Minto Morley reforms of 1909. So that was another part of reaction of partition of Bengal. They did not want to cooperate with the British, so that's why they there were so many protests against the British rule. So these were the important reasons of important points of Hindu reaction. So now just write that thing. Hindu reaction became the cause of reversal. Reaction became reaction of Hindus became cause of reversal. So now, if a question can be given related to reversal, why was partition reversed? Why was partition reversed? Simply, why was partition reversed? You have to write 3 points. So you can write the first 3 points into 3 paragraphs. So why was POB reversed by the British? So this is 7 marks question. In the 7 marks question, you need to give 3 well-explained reasons, and these 3 reasons will must be linked with the question statement. So this is about partition of Bengal. Causes of partition, we have done with that, and causes of reversal, we are done with that. So reversal was basically done in 1911. So 1911 till 1911, that was the reaction which became the cause of reversal. Uh, Apart from that, there is another question which can be given in your exam. So, on the basis of causes of partition and causes of reversal, there may be a question, another 14 marks question can be given. Like simple question is, so causes of reversal were more important. Causes of partition of Bengal, causes of POB were important important than causes of reversal. Causes of reversal. So for that thing, for that matter, you must know that you will write the 2 to 3 causes of partition, you 2 to 3 causes of reversal, you will write the importance, you will write the impact of these reasons, and you will say in the opinion that which were the most important. You will write 2 to 3 reasons in first side, 2 to 3 reasons in second side, and in the end you will give your opinion in the third space. So that is about partition of Bengal. So now we are moving towards one more thing related to partition of Bengal. So that is about partition of Bengal. But now the question is, the Hindu reaction was there. Hindu reaction was there. So how did British control the Hindu reaction? So another important thing is, how did British control the Hindu reaction? Let me just write for you people. So what was the reaction of Hindus? And you people know that reaction. So how did British control the Hindu reaction? That is the most important thing. Simple question is, how did British control Hindu reaction? Hindu reaction. So, beta, Hindu reaction was controlled by the British due to by taking 3 steps. Number one, Press Act was introduced. Press Act of 1908. So, in this act, many publications, many newspapers were banned. So many things were banned in that Press Act of 1908. So, many owners of the newspapers were imprisoned by the British, and leader of Swadeshi was imprisoned. Leader of Swadeshi was imprisoned. So when the leadership was imprisoned, leader of Swadeshi was imprisoned. So when the leader was imprisoned, so what happened? The intensity of the movement that decreased. So Another thing is British gave more share in to Indians in reforms. British gave more share to Indians in Minto Morley reforms. So Minto Morley. So that is about Swadeshi movement, control of Swadeshi movement, Press Act, reaction of Hindus were controlled by the British. They took the coercive measure too. There are two coercive measures, means they used force in these two measures. And the third measure is a conciliatory measure, means they try to resolve the things by sagacity, by using their rationality. So they wanted to gain the support of many leaders by giving them more share. So that's why uh, that's the way in which British controlled the reaction over partition of Bengal. So apart from that, there is one more question on partition of Bengal, and that question is very, very important. So the question is, how successful was okay? So let me just tell you a few more things. So there were many other things in the partition of Bengal. Okay. There is one more point related to partition of Bengal, that how successful was partition of Bengal? How successful was POB? POB means partition of Bengal. So between the years 1947 to 1905 to 1911. So explain your answer. So whenever there is how successful, in the how successful, you need to write the successes of partition, and number two, you need to write failures of partition. So what were the failures? What were the successes? Successes are better administration, better admin in Bengal. I'm not talking about whole India. So better administration in that area. Number two, uh, more development in Bengal, more economic development in Bengal. And there was another important thing related to success of the partition of Bengal was that British developed new ports in Bengal. New ports. These were the few successes. But what were the failures? Number one, Swadeshi movement was a big failure. So British rule was boycotted by Indians. Swadeshi movement was a big failure. And apart from that, there was a big failure, that disunity, yeah, British and Hindu enmity that increased. So Hindu Hindu British relations became very poor. So relations became poor. So apart from that, there was reaction towards there were chances of another war of independence. So the law and order became poor. Law and order became poor. So these would be the points of uh, failures. So another success was British better relations between the Muslims and Muslim British relations got better. So after that, so these were the successes and failures of partition of Bengal. So this is all about partition of Bengal. So I hope so you liked that video. So if you are getting any knowledge from this channel, so please subscribe it. So Star Fusion Discover Pakistan with Asim Mirza. Please click the bell icon. Thank you for watching, and Allah Hafiz.